Hi, it's Tim Hagan from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could, look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
When somebody's exhibiting a tough attitude or an abrasive attitude, they always tend to make one of those comments, right? Well, you're the boss, you tell me, or, nobody listens to my opinion. Here's a question that you can use. And it's a question that they won't know what to do with, meaning you'll disrupt their own behavior. See, a lot of times when people exhibit these things, we have to disrupt them so they can see themselves in the way they're coming off, because they're in a pattern of behavior. And it's called a psychological disrupt. You're disrupting their pattern. You're stopping them in their tracks. So when somebody was in a meeting at one of our client sites, I had somebody who was really countering someone across the table, and they kept abrasively interrupting. And I stopped her and I said, "Can I ask you a question?" She said, "What?" I go, "What is she supposed to do right now?" She said, "Excuse me?" I said, "What is she supposed to do?" And she just looked at me. And really what she was doing, she was interrupting. She wouldn't let the person finish their sentences. She was being negative. I'm not saying she was wrong, but she was being negative. I said, "What would you like her to do right now?" And she said, "I don't understand the question." I said, "Well, you're really going after her. You're being pretty aggressive. I think you would agree with that." She nodded. I said, "Great. What would you like her to do? What's her role right now?" She said, "I don't know what you mean." I said, "Do you want her to just sit there and listen?" "Well, no, I'm trying to, I'm trying to have a conversation with her." The person next to her looked right at her and go, "You're not letting her speak at all." Now, I used a public forum. I had talked to this person many times one-on-one. I used the public forum as my strategic tool. So when someone is disrupting like that, ask them, "What are you trying to achieve right now?" When you said that to me, what's your goal? What's your outcome? What's your desired outcome? And really, sometimes they don't have one. They're just venting. They're just being negative. They're just getting stuff off their chest. And after the meeting, this young lady came up to me and said, "How negative was I coming off?" I said, "Oh, extremely." I said, "You interrupted her 4 times in the first 2 minutes. You said you wanted to have a conversation. I think really what you wanted was her just to shut up and listen." And I said, and the worst thing was, you were the top level leader in that meeting. So the question you have to ask yourself, after that type of interaction, are people going to want to follow you? Or are they going to want to keep a distance from you? And to this young lady's credit, I could see that she was thinking, because I had disrupted what she was doing. And I got her to think, and I asked her really good questions. So the key question is, so what are you trying to achieve right now? Help me understand. And it disrupts, because a lot of times when people are venting and just getting stuff off their chest, they don't really have an objective. They're just getting stuff off their chest. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagan and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called coach to you. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.